Hey, welcome back everyone to Full Count Podcast. We have someone who's perfect for the area we're in Los Angeles. Actor, director, creative, entrepreneur. AJ, tell us about yourself, man. 3 balls, 2 strikes, pressure is on. This is where we discuss real estate, property improvement, and business. Together we'll strategize on how to win. Welcome to the Full Count.
So yeah, I'm a filmmaker. I've been acting since I was like 16 years old. Acting is cool. I love it. I do it for money, but
It pays the bills.
Yeah, it pays some bills, but it's not what I love to do. I'm definitely a filmmaker, producer, and I am an entrepreneur. You have to be all three to be a filmmaker.
Right.
There's no reality where someone is just a director. Like
that used to be the reality, probably, or no?
But they were still like salesmen. Because think about it, they would have to pitch their new ideas. Obviously, you have someone like Spielberg. He makes this one very, very good short film. And I've seen it. It's okay, but for back then, it's huge.
Yeah.
And instantly signs a deal. After that, Paramount signs a deal with him or was it Paramount or MGM? Universal signs a deal with him for a 6-movie deal or something crazy that it's never happened ever again.
Right.
And so, but Spielberg's still a salesman.
I think that's what's everything in life. If you can sell yourself, your idea, that's it.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I've never been a salesman because I can't sell things that I don't believe in.
Okay.
I can't sell you a product because I don't want to lie to you.
Yeah.
I already have a liar's face. I don't want to actually be a liar. You know what I mean?
That was a good one.
That's being honest with you.
You're being self-aware.
Yeah, like this. I do look like like some sort of Bond villain.
Yeah.
So
a little bit. I mean, you could also look like a good guy going after bad guys in the Narcos.
That dies at the end because he was good or something.
Oh, like who becomes good.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, or something like that. Yeah. Right. But so I overcompensate for that physical aspect, and I don't like lying to people naturally. So if I don't believe in it, so what I do believe in is myself and my product, like what I have to offer, so I can sell myself and my story, no problem. But so what I'm trying to say is like you can't just be like, I want to just make movies. That is the idea.
You can't just be like a creative only fixed within that tunnel.
I don't think so. I mean, maybe I'm wrong.
I think there's a possibility you can be like that if you have someone to the right of you of some sort.
You have somebody financing this, or a producer friend of yours that
like Andy Warhol probably had that. Maybe, I don't know.
Andy Warhol probably had a lot of help from a bunch of things.
That's what I'm saying.
Some may even be the CIA. We don't have to get into that, but what I'm saying,
I mean, brutalism, architecture, all shifted from the Renaissance
during the Cold War. I mean, we both know about that, but that's what I'm saying. It's like there's a bunch of different reasons why people that are just creatives blow up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not an accident all the time.
Not an accident all the time, of course.
But why do you like being in film? Why do you like being in front of the camera and behind the camera and directing?
I like being in front of the camera, but I don't need to be in front of the camera. I know some people that need to be in front of the camera, but I want to be in control of what's happening.
Right.
I want to be in control of the story that I'm telling. It's my story. I want to be in control of how we're shooting it. It's my vision for shooting it.
Sure.
And if the character is this character that I just don't see somebody in, I would rather just put myself in it and do the character and have somebody else be the protagonist, the main character. See what I'm saying? Yeah,
it sounds like you have a little bit more depth for success then, because you're willing to take yourself out of the actual frame to get someone that's a better role, better fit.
Definitely.
Potentially.
I mean,
it's like being a grown-up in the movie industry versus like, no, I want to be the star and I want to be the everything of everything.
If I had that, maybe it would give you even more of a drive. I'm not saying I don't have that drive.
That's a good point.
But you see what I'm saying? Yeah, there is some.
There's no plan B. I'm going to be on television or video or whatever movies.
Yeah, I used to have that. I used to be like, I want to be this actor. I want to be the actor. But the more and more I got into the industry and like the bureaucracies of acting, like we both know Nick, like just.
For the audience, it's a friend of ours. It's an actor.
Very successful actor.
Netflix.
I always tell people he's the hardest working actor I know.
Yeah.
And So much so, it sounds like a tagline. Nick Seller, the hardest working actor. For when I talk about him, at least.
Oh, that's good.
But so he's very successful. But he'll call me up and be like, dude, I'm on an avail. And I'm like, what does that mean? And he's like, that means that now people in the industry know these terms, but so that means that they're considering him for something, and he's excited about that, and he's an actor, so this is his world. But for me, like, I have a big problem with rejection, dude. Like, I'm not into girls who are like not like obsessed with me.
You're not into girls that
Yeah.
are obsessed.
So an agent or a casting director who's not like, this is the guy, it's not gonna do it for me. If you're like this, if you're like, oh, we're thinking about you, like, that turns me off to the whole business aspect of acting. Does that make sense?
No.
Just like having to fight for your job the way that everybody fights for a job. A realtor fights for their job. But in the actor, the competition of like having 10 guys that look like you. Sure. And then from these 10 guys, you're put on like a special category with 2 or 3 other of them. And then they're going to be like, I don't know. I see what you're saying. I have a problem. Like,
you want them to be committed and loyal to you from the jump.
I want them to want me off rip, so that I don't have to like compete.
Okay, so that's why you're not a natural salesman like me and Nick, or Nick and I.
Yeah, I don't think so. Well, no. Here's the other side of that. When it comes to a filmmaker, you're competing with other filmmakers. Okay. Now here's the thing. Different. Yeah, there's less filmmakers to compete with than there is actors, but what you're competing for is much higher. Because you're competing for a $2 million budget. You're competing for a contract. You're competing, whereas an actor, you're competing for a life-changing role or something like that. The stakes are high, but I think in the big, looking at it in an outworld view, like, the stakes are a little higher when you're a director who's got I'll tell you why. Because the director is going to give an actor work. An actor is not going to give a director work.
There's where you're the entrepreneur, businessman.
Exactly. And I'm not here saying directors are so much hard workers. No. It's a different thing you want. Like, as an actor, you want to be seen by millions. You want to work. You want to be a character. I know actors that don't care about the work. They don't care about like, oh, this is going to be so cool to play this character to get in. No, they don't care about that. They just care about what it's going to do to their career. Right. There's nothing wrong with that, But as a filmmaker, I don't think you have filmmakers that are like, oh, I can't wait to direct this because it's just going to make me a lot of money. Mm-hmm. Sure, you have that, but I feel like it's like, who's going to give you that money, guy? Like, what are you talking about? Right.
Because you're actually looking like what most Americans do in entrepreneurship, which is you're looking for raising capital. And as an actor, you're not raising capital. You're obviously taking capital away. Mm-hmm. And that's where the GDP grows. And I get it. That's cool. Now, what brought you, because there's a reason why I'm wearing this Miami jersey, the Sugar Canes of Havana is influence. The reason why I'm wearing this is because you're from?
I am from Miami.
Exactly.
I am a son of Miami.
And I'm going, at the end of this podcast, towards the end, I'm going to talk about a little surprise of why I'm wearing this too. So, and I want you to expand on about Miami, but right now my question to you is, why did you leave Miami for LA? I mean, it's kind of obvious in some ways, but I'm sure there's more to it.
Well,
considering your recent success with
Jammers. So I shot a pilot. I wrote a series called Jammers, which is about a group of girls in a roller derby team in Miami who sell drugs and get involved with the DA and the cartel. So we pitch it as Breaking Bad meets Euphoria, or Blow meets Glow, right? People love it. Pretty good. Dude. Everybody loves the concept. They love the idea. So right now what we're doing is we're talking to some people, and we're also getting some big name actors attached. As I've explained to you before, if you don't have a big name actor attached, you're nothing.
That sucks.
It has to be an executive producer, or an actor, or a director, or like a writer, like Neil Gaiman is writing this, or like something like that, like, or this is as an example, or Tony Gilroy, whatever. But so that's what we're doing right now. So I shot a pilot. I found financing for it through my business partner, Prashant Vanchi, who was my producing partner. We wrote it together. We produced it together. I had wrote a first draft, and he came on. And I shot a trailer for it with an ex-girlfriend of mine on my iPhone.
Oh, wow.
Nick was in it, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, he stabbed her with a knife by accident because I'm a I wasn't careful enough. And so this guy Prashant, who now is my soul bonded producing partner. You know what I mean? Like we're very close. But I met him on the streets of LA when I moved out here in 2020. COVID happens. I moved back home to Miami. He moves to Fort Lauderdale. And I shoot this trailer on my iPhone. I edit it myself. I get some effects done by a good friend of mine named Mars. He's a rapper, Mars Madness. Great rapper, great recording artist, great videographer. He's a very talented individual. Him and his partner Randy, his producer Randy, and they did these effects on the iPhone. Shot on my iPhone.
That's pretty impressive.
No money.
Right.
Me on my I had a longboard. I had like a big skateboard, a longboard, and I was on my stomach on the iPhone chasing my ex-girlfriend's skates.
Oh shit!
You know, to
get that close up.
And so Prashant sees it, and he's like, "Dude, this is really good. Let's talk. I want to like put money into this." Mm-hmm. And so he came on. We changed the script together. We wrote it together, created it to what it is now, and yeah, man, he financed the pilot. I directed it. He executive produced it. I executive produced it as well, as making sure everything goes. And I casted all my friends in it.
That's great.
Yeah.
Now the process of doing from the iPhone to actually conducting a whole thing, right? Did you just have to learn as you went, or did your investor teach you the ropes a little bit?
Both.
Okay.
He was learning as I was learning, but he had more experience, right. So he was teaching me. He's older than me by a little over, I think, more than 10 years, and. Throughout life, whatever you've done, and I'm sure you're going to agree with me on this, you get mentors in life. Mm-hmm. Whatever it is that you do, you get mentors. I've had plenty of mentors throughout my life.
Right.
My first Jedi Master was Joshua Braun from, actually even before him, Michael Joya of the Acting School of South Florida. And then after that was Joshua Braun from Miami-Dade Wolfson campus. And after that was an older gentleman named Umberto Poidomani, who taught me everything I needed to learn about negotiating. He was like, he gave me like the Argentinian version. He's very progressive. He's a very progressive old man. But he gave me, just so we understand in American terms, he gave me the Argentinian version of the art of the deal. And he taught me how to handle rich people, how to handle people that want stuff from you, how to handle people that see the creativity in you. So he was my mentor in like this like bureaucratic, and how to handle it while still being yourself, still being real, and not not having to fake it, and people praising you for being yourself while you navigate your way through this. So, and then after that, I met Prashant. Prashant has been my mentor. Now we're partners, but for a while he was my mentor, and he believed in me. A couple people have believed in me in the past, but he really believes in me. And, Finance Jammers, we shoot it together. It's a blast. It's, to this day, the most beautiful thing I've ever done. Right.
It's exciting to see like all the action that takes place going around Miami, right?
We showed parts of Miami that have never been seen on film, but that every single Miamian knows exactly what it is, where it is. And we showed parts of Miami that still have not been seen on film till right now, like the boardwalk, this beautiful boardwalk on Collins Avenue on the beach that connects to South Beach, to Mid Beach, to North Beach. But anyway, so we shot this pilot. It's amazing. It's beautiful. It's the proudest thing I've ever done.
Is there a place where the audience can see this? Do they have to go online somewhere?
Well, since we're in the middle of talks right now, there is a Vimeo link with a private password.
Oh, okay.
But you can follow us at Official Jammers Series.
Okay, we'll put that.
Yeah, you can put that. We would love anybody that's interested. Because here's the thing about Jammers. In a time where everybody's so divided, it is truly content that has no division. You're not going to watch it and be like, "Oh, I'm tired of seeing all this propaganda."
For once, that's great.
On the right or on the left or all these things. It truly is just like this. Let's enjoy something. You know what I'm saying? Like, because people
like back when we used to watch movies and not think about politics.
Literally, just I think the most political thing there is
we have to say, but
no, our protagonist is bisexual.
Oh, okay.
But that's nothing. Right. That's the most natural thing we've seen in film for forever. Young people. But so what I'm trying to get at is I do think that we've had a lot of success. We're doing our festival run now. We've won over like 20 festivals or 25 festivals or something. You know, mind you, we've been rejected from a bunch as well. But that's how it is. You get rejected and you win a bunch. You know, internationally, we've won all over Europe. We've won in Sweden. We've won in Sweden. we won Sweden twice. We won Stockholm and Helsinki or something like that.
There's been other areas though too.
Yeah. We won one in Germany. But I'm just trying to think of like the whole thing. We won one in a part of Africa. We won one in Israel. You know, I feel like, what was it called?
That was like a few months ago.
Yeah, you remember that? I sent that to you.
That's great. So you have what's nice. What I'm hearing here and what the audience can actually take away, hopefully, is you actually have success behind you. Because a lot of people that come to LA.
So I moved here because we won a bunch of festivals in Los Angeles.
Right.
My rent was getting like, you know, higher in Miami, and we had won like eight festivals in LA. Wow. And I was like, yo, I'm gonna go out there. What do you think? He's like, dude, I think you need to be out there.
And what's that market like in LA? Because I've heard the excitement's gone. People are leaving LA for movie industry for other stuff. Is that true?
You know,
because I'm not in that world, so I don't know.
People are panicking right now, but the big industries. So Disney, Warner Brothers, all these guys, these big dogs that run the industry, they're not here. They're not filming here. They're not doing anything
at all.
Maybe not really. Maybe they have like an ABC family show shooting in some sound stage somewhere. They're in Europe.
Why Europe?
I'll give you an because the tax. So you get money back. Sorry, I'm getting heartburn from the chicharrones we just ate. But
you ate. I didn't eat.
Yeah, I ate them all myself.
Okay, but wait. Let's take it back 1 second. Isn't it odd though that these movie companies are moving out to like Europe? They're doing business there, growing the economy there, but they can't grow it here. And then they bring the business back here to have people buy tickets, buy movies and stuff like that.
Well, that's not doing well either.
Out here.
Yeah.
Is it doing better in Europe?
We're not getting like movie tickets are fucking.
Right.
You know. Sorry, I don't know. We curse or?
No, there's no cursing here.
Okay, we can bleep it out.
Wait, is it better in Europe? Tickets and
streaming has made it hard to sell tickets anywhere. And you know, here's the thing. Here's the reality of it. Just let's break this down. You and Melissa, you're married. You want to go watch a movie? Let's say I make a movie. I'm like, yo, please go watch a movie, everybody. We're like, we gotta go watch AJ's movie.
That'd be great. We should.
What does that entail? It entails
driving.
Obviously driving, finding parking, paying for parking most of the time. You get there. Are you just gonna sit down and not have a water or a soda? If it's you and Melissa, if you want popcorn, like a large popcorn is almost like $30.
No, like 15. No,
a large popcorn.
I never order large.
So right, like a small one is maybe like $12, $15.
That's right.
Some candy, another $5. Like a drink, another $5. It's like really expensive at the theaters.
True.
I mean, Nick and I just started like.
That's true.
I started bringing a backpack in and. The other day,
are you allowed to do that? Like bring candy?
They don't care.
Okay.
Hopefully, to be honest with you, I don't want to get too intense, but hopefully, all this violence dies down because the second they tell me I can't bring a backpack into the movie theaters, bro, I will stop going.
Because you're not going to spend all that money.
I'm not. Look, dude. The other day, Nick, we went to go watch Fantastic Four in a 3D IMAX. Had a great time. Okay. I brought a backpack. Nick went into Sushi Stop, got 2 big ass sushi rolls, put it in his bag. And I'm cutting weight right now. I made 3 keto breakfast sandwiches.
Oh wow!
Yeah, like 100.
3 of them.
200 calories each.
Yeah.
Like 40 grams of protein each sandwich. I had like 60 grams of calories for very very little. And what else? Oh, and I had like a man. I brought it, bro. We were a mess. I brought in a mango protein shake into the movie theater, and I'm there slurping it on the. And Nick is eating sushi, and it's the smelliest, fishiest smell.
Oh my gosh!
And people making noises around us like trying to let us know, like, yo, can you? And we're just there like, munch it. We had a great time. We didn't spend he spent like $30 on the sushi or whatever. But what I'm saying is like people want to be able to, you know, if you're working 40 hours a week, bro,
Sure.
You want to be able to go to the movies, get yourself a soda, a popcorn, some candy with your girl, and you want to be able to spend about $20-$30 doing it. You know? So they're not making money here domestically, and I don't think they're making money internationally.
That's why it's all streaming.
It's all streaming.
Get on Netflix.
Why would you drive?
Prime, yeah.
So what I was going to get at is, like, it is interesting that they're all going to Europe. For example, right now, this Avengers Doomsday, like the biggest movies that are anticipated, right? Avengers Doomsday, these Star Wars movies with Ryan Gosling or whatever they're coming out, whatever. Like these big blockbusters, they're shooting in England and like Pinewood Studios or for instance, the new Spider-Man movie is shooting in Glasgow. They're making Glasgow, Scotland, look like New York.
That's nuts.
Dude,
I wish they could do it here.
It's un-American. It's freaking un-American, dude. It is what it is. I'll tell you, it's un-American.
But I also don't blame them.
No,
what's going on here?
No, I do blame them.
Tell me why.
I'll go into why they're doing this. Because when you make a movie, if you want to film in Louisiana, if you want to film in Florida, if you want to film in New York, if you want to film in LA, California, each state has their own tax incentives, right? To bring business to the state. Florida used to have amazing tax incentives. There was a time where we had Bloodline, Burn Notice, The Glades. We had all of these shows. It was a bunch, bro. I can't even remember right now. Dexter was not in Miami, but it's supposed to be Miami. But so we had all these shows shooting in Miami. We had Pain and Gain. We had all these. So we used to have a good. There used to be. I started acting, bro. I've been acting. I've been in this industry since I was 16 years old. My mom lied about my age and put me inside of these casting agencies inside of acting lessons because you were supposed to be 18 because you're gonna get grabbed and hit by fake and stuff. So and she lied and there's this whole thing. But I've been like in the industry trying to work as an actor since I was 16. Back then, there used to be like a holy trinity that you do, which was you do The Glades, you do Burn Notice, and then you do this other one. And I forgot which one it was now because it's been like over 10 years.
Yeah.
But those were the three things that you could do as an actor in Miami, in Florida.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because it's such a smaller market than here.
Rick Scott got rid of that.
The former governor?
Former governor of Florida. Rick Scott got rid of that.
Why?
I don't really know.
Okay.
I don't really know what it is with so and what's his face? DeSantis hasn't done anything. So the city of Miami,
the mayor, yep,
the city of Miami, they've incentivized I think like a $50 million thing in Miami. So we shot in Miami. Now Prashant and I are both kind of slow, and we didn't do our taxes right, and we didn't get our money back for shooting in Miami. But we still can do it. It's just we haven't done it. So that is something that I've pushed it a couple of times. Just he's very busy. He's got his own business, that he runs, and I'm very busy. I was moving out here, but it's something we're going to get back into. But that is the whole reason why people shoot in certain places is because how much money they're getting back. For example, in Georgia, if you shoot in Georgia and you hire Georgia people like Georgia residents to work on the movie, you're creating jobs. If you do things right, you can get 30 to 40, I think, %, but for sure 30% back. That's
pretty amazing,
dude. You spend. I can't do the math right now because I don't want to look like an idiot because I'm not good at that. But you spend $200,000 making a movie in Georgia, and you get 30% of your money back. Now there's certain things you have to spend $1 million to get this much. You have to spend $200,000 to get this much. But that's the whole reason as to why.
But why is that un-American to do that? If you're producing jobs,
it's un-American for these people to put all these things to make it hard to film. I mean,
that's where I think I thought you meant something opposite of what I was saying. I was saying it's unfortunate to see the movie industry leave the U.S. where they should actually be producing jobs. What I meant was the jobs can't be produced because they don't have an incentive to keep it here.
L.A. is the foundation of LA is built on the film industry and all these different industries.
Right.
So there's a bunch of laws that are already in place for us to flourish. So I don't see it like completely leaving, forever. But so
is it exciting though? Are you guys like over it, LA now? Actors, directors, the whole movie industry.
I think that like the recent thing of becoming like an e-celebrity has destroyed the notion of and then honestly just how like verbally political everybody in Hollywood is, whether you're right wing like James Woods and like you're ruining your career, or whether you're extremely left wing like I don't know
Robert De Niro.
I'm gonna say one thing: fuck Trump.
Robert De Niro, right. Like him and Trump they should box for real. They should.
That'd be great. He was in the fight movie,
Raging Bull. Yeah. I mean, to be honest with you,
Robert De Niro would win.
Probably.
If they went into it, probably. Who knows? I don't know. He's older now.
They would probably both die of a heart attack in the middle.
That would be great if they streamed it on Netflix. But anyways, in any case, okay, so I get that. But okay, going to like the problem with Hollywood and LA and all that, I want to go to AI. Is it really going to take over your job behind the camera, in front of the camera? What are your thoughts on that?
It's hard to see right now. Mark Andreessen, Mark Andreessen.
Yeah.
He says that
venture capitalist,
entrepreneur. He says the only job that AI will not take are venture capitalist jobs.
That's pretty.
It's pretty convenient that the only job it won't take is his. Now,
they can make it that way, right? Whoever's making the AI can make it so they don't take the venture capitalist job away.
Right.
Whoever's controlling the stream.
I mean, to be honest with you, it sounds like AI would be perfect for a venture capitalist. It's going to decide, like, oh, let me mitigate what are the losses on this thing.
Yep. That's a good point.
But so it is very interesting that you said that. But so do I think it's going to take my job? Well, my job, what I do specifically, very rarely do I direct something somebody else has made. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, because everything continues to be repeated.
Well, not only that, but I create my own work. You understand? Like I wrote Jammers.
Right.
You know what I mean? I wrote Bronze Room. I write these things and then I produce them. Down the line, eventually in your career, you'll get people. I mean, I've had people come up to me and be like, hey, can you direct this? And I'm like, what's the budget? And to be honest with you, I'm just not interested in that story. So I'm like, yo, to be paid $2,000 for 4 months of work for this independent thing and to put all of my everything in it and to take care of like, when you're doing independent low things, you're wearing many hats, right? So when you're directing,
less money.
So if I really want to, if I really want to,
no, go ahead. Sorry.
No, nothing. So
what's the incentive?
I make my own work.
Blow up?
To get more stuff out there, like your name on more stuff. And I get it, and I should do that, to be honest with you. But I'm just not interested in like directing something that I can't change if I find it like.
I see what you mean, but like other people in your position or actors. Let's stick with actors. Maybe not the directing pipeline or the directing route because I don't really know too much about that. But given that you're also an actor, do you think actors are going to be replaced by AI people in a screen? Because they're already making movies with AI.
I think eventually it'll definitely happen.
It's crazy.
And I think the way they'll do it is they'll probably just have like a normal guy that's not famous do the thing, and then they'll just put like Timothée Chalamet's face over his.
Okay.
But so he needs to have they're using his likeness. There's this very good movie called now I forgot it.
Is it with what actor?
It's with Robin Wright and Harvey Keitel, and she's Jenny from Forrest Gump, by the way. Robin Wright.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I wouldn't know.
But
it must be old.
What was it called, bro? It was called not the Council.
The Counselor?
No. Not the Conjuring. The Congregation, bro. I'll get it. But this movie is about how Robin Wright, she's an aging actress, and she's no longer will be this hot young thing, right? And so Harvey Keitel tells her, "I got a deal for you from Paramount. They don't do Paramount. They call it Paramount.
Right.
I think it's called The Congress, something like that. But anyway, yeah, it's called The Congress, pretty sure. And it's a very, very niche indie film, but it's fucking crazy. In the film, they scan her body, right? And just take her likeness, and they make like, they scan her body, and it's very, very intense scene. I don't want to spoil it. But again, her manager is the one that wanted this deal because he's getting like $20 million from this, and she's getting like $100 million from this. For the rest of her life, she'll be paid and taken care of.
It's kind of like that episode of Black Mirror with Salma Hayek.
Yes. Right. Yeah. So they scan her body, and it's this very intense scene, and then it cuts to 40 years later, or like 20 years later.
So it ages her.
20 years later, and she's older now. They give her white hair. Robin Wright looks freaking hot still for like being like
she's
a
older,
175-year-old woman. I'm just kidding. She's like 60. She's like 50.
Yeah, she's like Tom Hanks' age,
or maybe younger, you know.
Yeah.
But she's in the future, and now in the future, everybody's wearing these VR goggles, and they all live in this VR world, and they're all like inside of the metaverse kind of thing. And it's a very interesting movie.
There was a movie like Bruce Willis made one in like 2009, I think.
Surrogate.
Was it Surrogate?
Surrogates.
Where they go into the
Surrogate.
That was a pretty. I don't know if it was a good movie, but it explains.
It's a good concept. About. It's not an amazing movie, but it's an interesting concept.
Of what might happen nowadays.
I'm actually writing something like that with a buddy of mine right now, but it's way more. Like
in the weeds of what's going on.
Bigger, intense. It's more of like the idea of a surrogate is very interesting because that will happen eventually. We'll be able to. You ever seen the movie The Island with Ewan McGregor?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Where they have clones.
Yeah.
And the clones are so that like I have liver failure. I have a clone on an island. I can just
That's pretty crazy. Yes, I have seen it. There's also that was actually a very good movie for that time.
It was an amazing movie.
Black Mirror did another episode with the guy from Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
The guy with the shaved head, the really famous one, and then the guy in Black Hawk Down, the main star of Black Hawk Down.
Okay.
Anyways, they have a surrogate of their life on Earth, and then they're actually in space as astronauts. And then their surrogate goes into this machine.
And just downloads.
Or no, the real life human being body
just
goes into
all the things downloaded.
And they go downstairs and they go to the Earth, and then they interact with their wife and child. Have you seen that one?
Yeah, no, I haven't, but that's pretty cool. It's
very dark.
You know, it's funny. Those are like
very dark
fringe conspiracy theories from the 90s that people used to like.
I think it's fringe people. Now it's normal.
You ever heard of this show called Coast to Coast?
Yes, my uncle would listen to it.
Really?
On AM radio?
Really?
Yeah.
Art Bell?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I'm the only 29-year-old that I've ever met.
You would make me listen to it.
That listens to Art Bell. Let me tell you something, man. The things people would say on that radio 30 years ago are relevant today.
Which is wild.
It's crazy.
Because you were a weirdo if you listened to that.
You were a schizophrenic freak, and the government would have to come to you down and put you down.
That's pretty interesting.
If you listen to that. I've heard every episode. And it's not because I believe the things they're saying. Some things are true. But I'm super interested of what people sound like when they're making shit up.
Right.
So people call Art Bell and they're like, Art, I've been abducted 134 times. And Art Bell is always pretending like he cares. Like, oh my, 134. Well, you must be a professional.
Because he's kind of trolling them also.
Trolls all of them. He doesn't believe 99%.
And that's what I wish more people knew, that he wasn't like actually believing all that crap. Because he wasn't.
No, he was not. But that was his bread and butter.
Right.
And he did.
Sometimes he believed it.
I'm up all night. I barely sleep. And it was a talk show host for a radio show that went on from like 12 at night, midnight. Yeah. It was called Midnight in the Desert, is his other show, till like 4 a.m.
Right. He would have been such a big podcaster.
Him?
He would have been.
He was.
Today's era, though.
Midnight in the Desert was a podcast.
Okay.
That was from like 2017, 2016.
Okay. Is he dead now?
Yeah, he passed away. I think it was some drug related thing, but because of like painkiller thing, or maybe I'm wrong. I don't remember. But what I'm getting at is that hearing what people were making up back then is very interesting to me. And to be honest with you, I'll listen and I'll hear these ridiculous things and I'll hear Art's reaction to it. And then I'll correlate it to what people think about it now. And then I'll get an idea from that. I was
about to say that kind of allowed you to pick through your creativity. Because
it's stuff that I'm interested in, but I don't know too much about. I'll give you an example. Like when it comes to UFOs and stuff like that, I'm only talking about it because we're talking about Art Bell, and we're talking. I'm trying to bring it back to creativity,
right.
and how AI will not be able to take my job. So this is what I'm getting at. So I have to go through this like experience of listening to Art Bell and sifting through like what is the bullshit, what is real, what makes sense, what doesn't make sense, what are these conspiracies, what are these lies, whatever, right? Because they sound ridiculous, most of them. And then I am inspired by it, and then I can create a story by it. Now ChatGPT can do this, AI will be able to do this, artificial general intelligence will be able to do this, but they won't be able to put the small flavorings that I have from my experiences growing up in Miami, with my family, with my friends, the things I've experienced. I'm not huge, I believe in God, but I'm not huge on supernatural. Like, I don't know about ghosts, I don't know about that stuff. I just don't know if I believe it, but I've experienced stuff like that. So me adding these flares makes my job of creating the story, this very like original story.
So basically what I'm hearing is the true artist, right? Like the artist will not really be replaced so much necessarily, especially if they're utilizing different
mediums.
Sure.
Well, look, we talked about it like you were the property managing company you were talking about, how you used it pretty much cut a middleman off, right?
It cut off a middleman. So what it was, it's a property management virtual company where essentially instead of having a property manager take over that role, you have the virtual property manager take over. All you need to do is put a tenant, like your job as the landowner, or you hire a realtor, get the tenant, put them in the house, and then have them interact with.
So isn't that technically still a property manager that got a tenant?
Yeah, but in that virtual property management company, they technically could find like a cheaper person, realtor, to do it for you rather than hiring someone you know.
So what it does is it like almost disrespects the title of a property manager, and it gives the job to somebody who's like
kinda, yes,
just a tenant.
Kinda, but not yes and no, because property management is very expensive. It can be. It runs anywhere from 7 to 12% of your revenue.
I get it.
So I think this property management company, I feel like I'm a salesman for it, but I'm not, is essentially helping the small business owner, or that person like myself at that time that owned only one property that I couldn't really afford to spend 7 to 12% of my revenue on a person. I instead paid like $60 or $100 a month.
I get it. It's almost like a more
but it does
affordable version of doing property managing.
But it does help cut out a lot of the middleman tax.
Yeah. Well,
so that's AI
for real estate.
I personally don't think that AI is going to remove a bunch of realtors. I mean, it is going to remove a ton of realtors. I don't think it's going to, kind of going back to you, I don't think it's going to eliminate all realtors. I think it's only going to keep the certain amount that are good at what they do. So you're like the creative type,
right?
Actual creative person that doesn't have to copy other ideas per se.
Right.
Realtors, it's very intimate. So you have to really know the people. You have to know the area very well, the geography, and know past history to plug someone in without ever having to go on market sometimes.
Right.
And an AI can't do that.
Well, but what AI will be able to do is target the exact type of people who are looking for what you are selling,
right,
better than you can.
Yes, if it's but here's the thing.
Better than a human.
In real estate, though, a lot of people of wealth or people of privacy don't want to input their data into the system. They like things by.
But if it's cheaper, they might.
They might potentially. But I still think real estate, residential, comes down to a lot of it's that there's a lot of trust involved.
Yeah.
So you want to, for example, let's say you're a big Steven Spielberg now, and you have this huge house. You're going to want, more than likely, I think anyways, or I argue that, you're going to want an agent that you can really trust to go through your personal belongings, like walk through your personal belongings and like keep it safe while they allow other human beings to go through.
For sure.
That's where I think the realtor's going to stick around.
There's stuff like that, but also if this person is promising me a certain thing. Well, that's what I'm saying. There's ins and outs of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we don't know the answer, obviously.
But that's what I'm trying to say. Like, it's just cuts off a middleman. right?
I think it cuts out a middleman completely, or eliminates many tasks, where that middleman may be able to become more valuable in something else, or find another type of income.
But so it does the same for film. It would cut out the middleman. So who is the middleman here? Let's just give an example that could be a middleman. People think it'll do. People are like these writers in Hollywood that are
writers, screenwriters.
Here's the thing: those guys are not good. Anybody, they're not good writers. The people that have been
the ones that get replaced.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like the valuable people will stay, probably
100%. And like I don't care. Like, bro, I'm just being 100% honest with you. Anybody who was actually scared of AI replacing them is because you don't do anything. Because I've used AI to write. It can't. It's really lazy.
Right now.
But even in a couple years, like for it to come up with the stuff that I feel like, wow, this is so like interesting. This is so different. This is so like, well, this is going to look amazing on screen. The real problem will be when AI can assess what the fan base wants to watch, and Marvel or Disney just says, well, the AI says they want to watch Spider-Man be beaten up by Hulk while Wolverine watches.
Right.
I don't know. I'm just making something up. They will now
be able to
create that. To the specifically what people online. I was
gonna help you. I wanted to see you.
People online are saying. Whatever people online are saying, the AI will grab and be like, okay, people want to see Spider-Man break up with the people. They're talking about Spider-Man breaking up with his girlfriend. They're talking about Spider-Man. You see what I'm trying to say?
They're going to pull from like Twitter, social media. But what about bots that just freaking interfere?
That'll happen too.
They're probably going to scrape them out.
That'll happen too.
You would think.
No. Our future is bots.
Yeah.
Our future is bots. It's not the police stopping you in your car for... Do you know how crazy it's going to be when you're getting stopped by a DUI by a robot?
You think it'll get to that point?
Absolutely.
I can see that.
In this big, beautiful bill that they just passed.
I haven't read through it.
Not to get sidetracked, but they wanted to put it that you cannot... AI will not be regulated for 10 years. Well,
I saw that. That's horrible.
They removed it.
I think.
But what does that tell you? They only need 10 years to make crazy things happen.
Sure.
They only need 10 years. So I think that we're going to be patrolled by robots. I mean, look, people don't like cops. They think cops are all racist. They think that cops are...
Not everybody, but yes. A lot of people.
Of course not. But what is the easy solution?
Robots.
You're going to have maybe 1/3 of the police force you have now, and then the rest will be,
But people need to think like whoever creates the mind of the robot through the AI system.
Well, we know who's going to create that.
Okay, before we get there. Whoever creates it, whoever creates it can make the robot act a certain way that might be discriminatory towards a certain person.
But they're not going to do that. They're not going to.
So you think it's just going to be black? But that's the problem too. Not everything's black and white as a cop when you pull someone over.
But it's not going to be about discrimination against one certain person. It's going to be discrimination against all of us. Because now it's a robot being programmed by somebody with an agenda. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, as long as the robot per se is following.
I don't think the programmer is going to be like, and this robot will still be racist to black people.
I hope not.
I mean, or
I don't think that would happen.
It's not going to happen. They're going to implement robots because they're going to say these robots will not be racist. We were talking about movies, and somehow I got us talking about robots taking over the world and stuff like that. But what I was trying to say is AI will probably replace things like an editor.
Right.
Something that is seen as irreplaceable right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think the future will be, you've seen in Iron Man when Tony Stark is like, Jarvis, let me see this. And he's like pulling in shit and he's like, oh, bomb, bomb, bomb. He's just creating. And he's like, he goes, wow, look at that.
Pretty sure they have that technology now. 100%.
I don't know about just like
the government.
But I think the future will be that. I think the future will be some sort of like 3D thing that we have in front of us. And maybe we have to wear goggles for it or something.
I hope not. I hope we don't have to wear goggles, but yeah.
I think we're going to have to.
I don't know.
I think maybe...
What about Star Wars, like the hologram? I think it's going to be a lot.
I think in like 100 years we could do that, but I think we're going to have to wear at least like I don't know.
Maybe.
But what I'm getting at is that I think in the future you'll just be able to take this clip here. You'll be like, okay, let me get this clip. I'm going to cut it right here. And you'll be able to just do this. And then the other thing is like how big the cameras we use to film right now are? They're humongous. They're super expensive.
Mm-hmm.
and these cranes that we have to use and these big things. I mean, it's like, it looks like Jurassic Park when you're on set, dude. Yeah. You know, I think I've said this for the last 10 years. I've said this since I was in college. I think the future will be a drone with a impeccable camera lens on it that you can just grab, leave it right here, then put it over here, and it's just like levitating on the actor's face with no noise.
I see.
Now, maybe I just made something up.
If that's true, and you find out the company and we know the ticker, we need to know about it.
We need to invest in that right now.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, but I do
like
believe...
Palantir and Leidos is a really good stock, more so Palantir in terms of value going up. Or it was a couple of years ago.
Right, a couple of years ago. But I do think that's going to be the future, is like just having like a drone steadily watching you while you're doing, and then you're going to be like, okay, let's set up for this. Dude.
Or you talk to it and it does whatever
the thing that takes forever in film is setup.
Right.
Setting up a fucking dolly here, setting up a fucking crane, setting up this for this shot.
I see.
If we have a fucking ball that can just fly around and just stay there still as shit and not make noise, I mean, I probably sound crazy. But
no, I mean, it's actually, in a way, it's very good because it's going to make everything more efficient, less time, less money, and people can now have the time to do more things that they want to do, or another career, also another level of revenue, or like certain people, I think that you mentioned maybe before, no one's going to really have like a job.
Yeah, I mean, again, my job, I don't see AI ever being like, okay, I'm gonna create an original story. I'm gonna tell the actor exactly how I want them to act and how I want them to feel with the other actor, and then I want to do this crazy shot. The shots, I think they'll be able to do. I think AI will probably be able to do more interesting shots than humans can, because there's only so many things you can do with a camera.
Right.
I mean, people probably gonna say like, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about with a camera. But I
mean, look how you set me up right here.
And I really don't know too much about camera work. I'm just being honest here. But I know about performance, okay?
Right.
And when it comes to performance, I don't think an AI will be able to replicate it, but I do think an AI will be able to replicate like positioning of certain shots. You know what I mean? Like for photographers, you know, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. And I do think that the first thing that will be replaced will probably be editors. I think you'll be able to tell an AI, hey, edit this podcast for me. Edit this podcast for me, and it just does it. Yeah.
What are your thoughts of AI, though? Is it going to be a bad thing or a good thing for people? Because it makes it sound like the bots may go against people in general.
They're definitely going to go against people. I mean,
like Terminator-like?
That, you know, that is obviously a sci-fi film. But that is an instinctual threat to us. Mm-hmm. We're humans. We're monkey people. We're cavemen. I look like a fucking caveman, but we're monkey people.
Right.
We're of the earth. To us, a higher intelligent thing that is deadlier than us is cold. This reptilian type of thing is our mortal enemy in a way. You understand what I'm saying? So everyone's fears are logical about AI. But I do think that the people that are using AI right now are scared of AI in that way while they're using it. I think they are aware of this.
So no, I mean, I think we're gonna have to do a part 2 for that because you have more to talk about.
Yeah, we can go into that forever. Yeah.
There was a reason why I wore this shirt or this jersey.
Mm-hmm.
So what I wanted to tell people is I'm getting my license in Miami or Florida, so I'm gonna start referring business out there and getting more involved.
Nice.
Yes. So I think this is going to be a good thing. It's kind of like diversifying, right?
Yeah.
So, because out here in California, I cover Southern California, do like residential mainly, a little bit of commercial if it's industrial warehouse units sort of thing. So, in any case, Miami's the next step. I wanted to ask you what the difference between LA and Miami is. I don't think we have enough time because of your schedule. So, I do want you to answer this question, though. I ask guests on the show, if they can ask a question for the next person, the next guest.
Okay.
The question to you is, what's your exit strategy?
My exit strategy for what exactly? I don't get it.
That's it. What's your? I'll add a little bit for you, a little content. He was talking about how to diversify your money to not go broke. Exit strategy can be that. It can be about film. It can be about surviving. You know, like your exit strategy with.
Well, my exit strategy for anything is to create a real, I mean, amazing ideas, there's billions of them.
Mm-hmm.
There's billions of them. I think my exit strategy is create an amazing idea that I could sell and flip quickly. Something that is in high demand, something quickly, turn it, and I'm talking like quickly within a week. You know, do everything you can for this product that you thought about. Think about it for the whole week, work on it the whole week, and then flip it. Find somebody to flip it.
Excellent.
Find somebody that needs what you're talking about.
I love it. What's your question to the next guest? And you don't know who the next guest is.
I don't know who the next guest is. Oh, you told me it was.
No, I don't know.
You told me it was President Barack Obama.
I wish.
He's going to be here, and he's going to love you.
I would hope. And we get more views, we get more subscribers. If you're watching, subscribe. What's the question for the next guest?
I would say, I don't even know who they are. I don't know what they do, but I would say, where do they think AI will be in 10 years from now? Like, how will AI affect us 10 years from now?
Great question.
Yeah, I think that's what I would ask.
Excellent. I will ask that. See what they say.
Do it.
All right, everyone. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, and give this guy a follow. We'll put the link there.